I'm begging for anything at all to happen.
I just hope no one gets hurt.
And do not adjust your screens, folks. This match is yet to get underway at all.
Maybe change the channel, though.
Oh, you're going to get a talking to after this one.
You seeing this right now, Cole? I'm doing an act of service.
Begging for action. Begging.
Doesn't seem to be much budging happening. Or anything else, for that matter.
Maybe we should start a chant.
Hello? Hello? Is there anybody there?
Who are you talking to, Cole?
Just kind of shouting into the void, Corey.
They say slow and steady wins the race, but I think even they would say that's crap if they saw this match right now.
How charitable of you to call this a match, Corey.
Maybe both these superstars are just meditating before the match starts.
Or maybe they forgot they have a fight on their hands. Come on, guys. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Do
you not have the ability to hum, Byron?
You didn't hear my humming?
Oh, we didn't hear you.
Nothing.
Yeah, I was humming the whole time. I don't hum again.
Byron, just stop. Don't do that. Just please stop.
I'm calling for a disqualification on account of boredom at this point.
Listen, we know both these superstars wanted to make a statement in this match, but I don't know if this is the best way to do it.
What is this, competitive ignoring? Just letting his opponent know who the real top guy is. We don't have all day. I got a flight to catch. Someone hit somebody.
I mean, I've heard of feeling out processes, but this is sort of ridiculous.
Letting his opponent know respect is earned, and he's still $1 short.
Come on, guys. Even I pushed the action when I had a match.
Showing him what a real alpha male looks like.
Strategy is one thing, but this is absurd now. Come on. How do you get these folks to start this match?
I was about to ask you the same question.
And I'm all about being patient and not making early mistakes, but this is very awkward.
Well, not much has happened, and we've been anticipating this match for a long time.
It's amazing how quickly that anticipation is going up in smoke. Just do something already.
In the WWE Universe, these two competitors, are they ever going to lock up?
At this point,
All signs point to probably not.
Oh, I thought I saw some movement. Never mind.
Yeah, how dare you expect any type of action in a wrestling match? Shame on you, Saxton.
Hey, don't take it out on him. I would honestly prefer a Byron Saxton match at this point. Can't believe I just said that. At least that would be something.
He's reminding his competition that they'll only ever be second best.
WWE Universe is just begging for these two superstars to get this match started.
He's staring his opponent down, getting into that zone.
I don't know if this is a show of confidence or a wasted opportunity to attack your opponent. He's doing a whole lot of gesturing, and it could cost him.